Alright, what is up fam? So I just wanted to go ahead and make a very quick video on Orphie because you are able to see her stats and play her in the story. Now, no story spoilers. I just wanted to go ahead and show why I think Orphie is going to be a fantastic character. And once again, that missing piece for Seed, I made that video, my previous video about Seed being incomplete, is really in regards to Orphie because I think Orphie is going to be so good for Seed, and I think Orphie is going to be a great pull and a good investment as well. So I do hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do, drop a like, sub if you're new, hit that hype button if it's there. I don't know, it doesn't show up on every video, but if it's there, go ahead and hit the hype button, and let's go ahead and jump into it. So once again, quick video. I'm gonna just do a high overview. I'm not gonna break down every single little thing because I'm sure there's gonna be some great guide videos to come out from great content creators. I'm really here just to do high overviews, right, and just kind of showcase characters and give my thoughts and opinions on them. So first and foremost, what I noticed about Orphie that I didn't realize beforehand is she's going to be doing a lot of off-field damage, right? You're going to be doing her EX special, and then you're going to switch into a different character like Seed or Sambi, and then you're going to see Orphie be shooting lasers and stuff while you're using a different character. So she's going to be doing a lot of off-field damage, which is fantastic. Her EX special and a lot of her other attacks, I believe, when you do her EX special hold and just her EX special tap, they do have invulnerability, but they also are able to counter. It might just be on the EX special hold where you're doing that gigantic laser beam. If an enemy attacks you, you're able to counter attack. You're invulnerable on a lot of it. So Orphie is very beginner friendly in that aspect, and she doesn't seem to be hard to use. She seems to be pretty easy to pick up and to be able to use. She has bottled heat. You definitely want to get 100 so you can do that hold to be able to get a lot of damage done. She has a lot of anti-interrupt, like I mentioned before. So all in all, Orphie seems to be really good in terms of that. If we do move down to her passive though, which is something that I did want to go ahead and get into because I think that's the bread and butter of her entire kit and what you are mainly going to be really focusing on. Orphie and Magus crit rate increases by 25%. Fantastic, right? And aftershock damage increases by 85%. That's chunky. 85% is huge. And this is why she's going to be really good with Sambi. I think Sambi's going to be one of her best teammates to be with, and I think Sambi's going to probably benefit the most. But I think Seed is going to benefit pretty good as well. And that's why I think that Orphie, Sambi, Seed team is going to be really good, especially hopefully if Sambi gets that rework. I think this team is gonna hit pretty hard. Now Orphie and Magus initially gains 100 bottle heat, up to a maximum of 125, and when they're off field, if special attack Corrosive Flash is available and energy is greater than or equal to 60, consume 30 energy to automatically trigger EX special attack Crimson Vortex instead. So like I mentioned, a lot of passive damage, and this is something that I saw with Trigger, and I think a lot of the reason why Trigger's so good and why she is gaining a lot of value as a stunner is because she's able to do off-field stuff, right? You don't have to have her on the field to be able to still get value from her, which, you know, if they start to lean towards this type of playstyle for a lot of these characters, I think a lot of these characters are going to be extremely valuable. Ones where you don't have to use them necessarily, but they're still doing things outside of them being the main character on the field. Off-field stuff is always going to be beneficial, right? In my opinion. Corrosive Flash is available and energy is greater than or equal to 60. I already read that. When the laser from EX special attack heat charge hits enemies, all squad members gain zeroed in for 12 seconds. Repeated triggers reset the duration. Zeroed in increases agent's attack. That threw me off by 280, which is great, right, for Seed and Sambi. When Orphie and Magus initial energy regen is greater than or equal to 1.6. Now that is something that you have to keep in mind. It says initial energy regen. That's very important to hone in on. Now the initial energy regen, I think, is going to be, and you can correct me if I'm wrong or mistaken, initial energy regen is going to be the base value that you see when you have Orphie and you have all the substats built out and everything. That initial regen is greater than or equal to 1.6. For every 0.1 initial energy regen above this threshold, attack is increased by an additional 20. So not only is Orphie going to be able to be very beneficial all field and be able to do, you know, some decent supporting, but she's also, I believe, going to be able to hit incredibly hard herself, right? She's going to be able to do damage. The total increase from both initial and additional attack increases cannot exceed 700. When an agent with zeroed in triggers aftershock, their zeroed in duration extends by 4 seconds, which is fantastic, up to a maximum extension of 20 seconds. Really good. The Fire Blade attack from basic attack high pressure flamethrower everything pretty much that she does all count as aftershock damage. That's incredibly important to know. And using these skills count as triggering aftershock, which is incredible, right? Once again, for Sambi, this is going to be great. When another character in your squad is stunned or support character, aftershock damage dealt by agents with zeroed in ignores 25% defense. I mean, that's great. Ignoring defense is always going to be a good thing. 25% is a pretty good amount, right? Pretty substantial. So I think overall, Orphie is shaping up to be a pretty fantastic character. Once again, the passive, not needing to be on the field to be able to do damage, to be able to do what she wants to do, is going to be very beneficial, because then you switch into Seed, and then you just use Seed and Sambi, and then you switch into Orphie whenever she has her EX special or ultimate. So, I mean, I think not only, you know, Seed and Sambi are going to benefit, but I think other characters are going to be able to benefit as well, especially future characters that might come out that utilize Aftershock. I think Orphie's always going to be valuable, and her value may increase as the game progresses, right? So I think this character is going to be really good in my opinion. And once again, this is just an initial opinion, very early first impressions, kind of thoughts on the character. I think she's going to be pretty valuable in my opinion. But I would love to get your thoughts and your opinions on Orphie, what you guys think. And so you can switch out right here, and you see she's on the field being able to do damage and being able to support the team still while she's there. But once again, no story spoilers. I'm going to go ahead and stop it there. Just an initial review of this character and just my first opinions after seeing her stats and stuff. But let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below, and I would love to see what you guys have to say. But with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. My name's Cody. Call me further. I'll see you all next one. Bye, guys.